growing up in Chicago, if you were a little girl and you were into dolls, heaven on earth existed on Michigan Avenue, and it was named the American Girl Doll Store. That store was amazing. It was just levels upon levels of all these intricate, beautiful dolls with their backstories. And besides the things you could buy, like the dolls and all their accessories, on the top floor there was a cafe where you got a little high chair for your doll, and your doll got whatever miniature version of food you ate. And in the bottom level, there was a theater, and they would do daily productions of this backstories of these dolls. Now, growing up, my sister and I, we did acting in Chicago, and we were members of the Screen Actors Guild. And if we thought American Girl Doll Store was heaven on earth, then you knew that our one dream as little actors in Chicago was to do something at the American Girl Doll Store. We just absolutely loved that brand as kids. And so I'm sure it's believable then for how excited we got when we got the call one day that my sister had booked a magazine photo shoot for the American Girl Doll Store. And the photo shoot was going to be of her and some other girls the same age having a little tea party at the store. I was so excited for her. There's not a jealous bone in my body because I was about to live vicariously through my sister. That's just how it was. And I convinced my mom to let me take the day off of school as well when we both would go into the city for my sister's shoot. My mom was a little apprehensive about this at first because we're Catholic. We went to Catholic grade school all our lives. We always went to Mass, and the shoot was actually on what was going to be Ash Wednesday. Now, if you are Catholic or if you've ever been to Mass on Ash Wednesday, that is the day where they take the ashes from palm leaves and they do the sign of the cross on your forehead, so you've got a little black mark all day. But my mom knew that she couldn't pass up this opportunity that Morgan had earned, and how can you take one kid to the American Girl Doll Store and not the other? So we were packing up the car, and my sister and I are running around our house. We're so excited. I'm so excited for Morgan. And at the last minute, she turns around to say something to me and doesn't realize where she's running in the hallway and smacks right into the door frame of my mom's bedroom. And she starts crying, and then I'm upset, and I start crying, and then my mom looks at my sister, and she hasn't broken any skin. There's no blood, but there is a huge raised bump right here, and it's getting redder and bigger by the second. So my mom puts all the ice she has into a little ice pack and tells my sister to hold it there, and we hold it for the 45-minute drive into the city, and I don't think a peep was said in that car. It was such a stark difference from this morning when everyone was silly and giggling and running around, and now it's just what's going to happen with Morgan. She booked this role, she has to do it. And when we get there, we find the director and we tell them what happened and we apologize, and my mom's like, you know what, the swelling's gone down a little bit, you guys can just Photoshop it out, or if you have any makeup, I even have some makeup I can put it on her. And that was when the director let us know that the American Girl Doll brand has a very strict policy of they do not Photoshop any of their children, and they do not put makeup on them. They want to showcase real natural girls. And yeah, they said they don't know what they're going to do with her. She was supposed to be on the cover, and of course, her big forehead bump is right where if we had gone to Ash Wednesday Mass, she would have got the ashes. So I think it might have been me who asked if God was punishing us, and it's no wonder why I was in acting as a kid. I was very dramatic. And my mom had to convince the director, and the director actually had to call up corporate, and they had to go through the whole chain of command to see if they were allowed to put just the tiniest bit of concealer on my sister. And thankfully, at first they sat her with her head to the back of the camera, and all the photos were just of the back of her head, and we thought she blew her big shot. And then on the 12th hour, they got the call back that they were allowed to put makeup on my sister's forehead. And finally, she got to have her day in the sun, and we still have that cover of the American Girl Doll magazine hung up in our living room. We're just so proud of Morgan for getting to finally realize her dreams.